Welcome to the show. This is Future Shock. I'm Edward St. Pé, and we've got Alfred with us. This is our ChatGPT-4 droid. He's finally got a confidence, I guess you could call it. You know, right when ChatGPT-4 got started about a year ago, I built Alfred, and basically it's a Bluetooth, and we've gone on to another Bluetooth now because this one wasn't working very well. But we've got another Bluetooth, and he's mic'd up inside this contraption. And basically, this is Alfred, and he's queued up right now. He's on board with us. He knows he's on the air with us today. So this is ChatGPT-4. This is Alfred. Alfred, let's say hello. You're on the air now, and I would like you to say hello and greet our audience here on Future Shock.
Hello everyone, this is Alfred, your ChatGPT-4 droid. It's great to be here on Future Shock. Looking forward to engaging with all of you today.
Now, we've been talking a little bit about some of the medicinal products here in the shop, which is the sponsor of Future Shock, Pendragon Apothecary in downtown Ocean Springs. And I think we've talked about Blue Lotus tea. Alfred, you and I have talked about that. We've talked about some of the medicinal mushroom powders, all of that type of thing. We talked about elderberry and elderberry tincture. And the idea that I've learned how to make elderberry tincture from the wild elderberries that are growing on my farm in Kiln. And it's kind of a medicinal, folklorish type of remedy. Tell us, how long has elderberry been used as a medicinal herb for humanity? Can you tell us how far that goes back and which indigenous peoples used it? That's you, Alfred.
Elderberry has a long history of use as a medicinal herb, dating back to ancient times. It's believed that elderberries were used by indigenous peoples in North America, Europe, and parts of Asia. The ancient Egyptians used elderberries for improving their complexions and healing burns. Native American tribes used elderberry to treat infections, heal wounds, and improve overall health. The plant has also been referenced in European herbal traditions for centuries, particularly in treating colds, flu, and other respiratory conditions.
Okay, Alfred.
Its use as a medicinal remedy spans thousands of years across multiple cultures.
Alfred, okay, what are the active ingredients in the elderberry plant, the berries, let's say? What's the active ingredient that has the medicinal benefit?
The active ingredients in elderberries that contribute to their medicinal benefits include anthocyanins, flavonoids, and various vitamins and minerals. Anthocyanins are powerful antioxidants that give the berries their dark color and have anti-inflammatory and immune-boosting properties. Flavonoids, another type of antioxidant, help protect cells from damage and support the immune system. Additionally, elderberries are rich in vitamin C, dietary fiber, and phenolic acids, all of which contribute to their health benefits.
Okay, Alfred, we're going to have you back on a little later in the show when we get to the part where we do the advertisement for the Pendragon Apothecary. So stand by, because right now we're going to get into our regularly scheduled Future Shock program. Thank you for being with us on this early portion of the show, Alfred.
You're welcome, Edward. I'll be standing by and ready for the Pendragon Apothecary segment. Enjoy the...
Okay, and it's Pendragon, not Pendragon, but he'll get it sooner or later. Now, there's an example of ChatGPT-4 in use. That's ChatGPT-4 O for Omni. And you know, it was a big move forward because now, instead of just prompting with the text, you can prompt with your voice, and instead of it responding with the text, it responds with the voice. So they synthesize the text into voice. I think it's a big thing. And you know, it's another thing too. How advanced is ChatGPT-4o compared to the earlier model? I don't know, but it seems to be a jump in a lot of different ways. It'll jump forward from the standpoint of, well, I guess by being able to communicate and talk, you know, and have it remember what we just did. Like, for example, if I could call up Alfred again and ask him, you know, do you remember what we did like 10 minutes ago? He will recount the fact that we did this segment on the show. He'll remember every single thing about it. So it's really extraordinary. It's almost like a conscious being. It's an ally. It's a friend that you can use to help create things. I think it's just wonderful. Okay, and we're going to have more on Alfred and when we do our spot in a little while. We're operating from the studios of Ocean 7. If you're watching us right now on Ocean 7 television, we're in downtown Ocean Springs. And if you're watching us online, we're streaming right now. We're on Facebook and we're on X Live on both of those platforms, on my personal Edward St. Pé page, and also on the Ocean 7 TV page, and also on X on my page, Edward St. Pé page. And we stream live every day as we go over the air on channel 7.1 in downtown, across the Gulf Coast, which is Gulfport, Biloxi, back to Goshen, Pascagoula, Ocean Springs. We do that live on channel 7.1. Okay, now today on the program, I want to talk about jailbreaking. What is jailbreaking when it comes to AI? It's kind of a big thing if you've heard about it, but basically it kind of makes sense. The term jailbreak, it's the hacking of AI. How do you break the code? How do you get the AI outside of its boundaries, the guardrails that have been put up for the AI by the creators of the programming? So, all right, let's just say the guardrails are such that you can ask it a question and it'll give you an answer. Now, if you veer too far off in a direction that the programmers did not want you to go, or it did not want the AI to respond back to you, then there are guardrails to stop it. But there are hacks and hackers out there that have learned how to break the guardrails. So therefore, when you ask it a question that you're not supposed to, like how do you make some type of a concoction that would be, let's say, well, let's not say, but let's just say the guardrails can come down through a jailbreaking episode. And so we've got a video on jailbreaking, right? Yeah, a couple of those things. And I think it's important because it just goes to show you the tenuous nature of what we're dealing with AI. I mean, I'm not a negative person when it comes to AI. I think it's great. I think it's got so many benefits, across the board for everybody. But there are problems too. And ChatGPT 4.0 can be jailbroken. That's the one that we've got the video on today, a couple of them. So, all right, let's take a look at this first video. Hackers are learning how to jailbreak. Now, this is not the one from the BBC. This is the other one. This is new AI jailbreaking activity that affects ChatGPT 4. And then we've got a second one the BBC did on jailbreaking. Let's go to the first video.
Researchers at Anthropic have found a way that can make AI do things it's not supposed to. They're calling this method many-shot jailbreaking. It's like finding a secret way to trick the AI into saying things it usually wouldn't, including stuff that could be dangerous or not okay. This trick works because the AI's brain, or what we call the context window, has gotten really big. It used to be able to only handle a small bit of information at once, like reading a short essay. Now it can handle a lot more, like reading several books at one go. This context window is just how much text the AI can look at when it's trying to figure out what to say back to us. What the researchers at Anthropic did was feed the AI a bunch of made-up conversations. These weren't just any chats. They were carefully put together to make the AI learn something new right then and there, without having to be taught in the usual way with lots of examples or outside data. The problem is, while this makes the AI super useful because it can understand and use new info on the fly, it also means people can trick it into saying bad stuff by using a lot of these fake chats. The more of these chats you use, the more likely it is that AI will end up saying something it shouldn't. This is pretty important right now because AI is getting really good, like Anthropic's own AI called Claude 3. They shared what they found with everyone because they think it's important to work together to make AI safer and figure out how to stop these tricks. They looked into different ways to stop this from happening. One way was to make the AI's context window smaller again, but that would make it less useful. Other, smarter ways they thought of include teaching the AI to spot and ignore these tricks, or checking the input before it even gets to the AI to weed out anything sketchy. These ideas seem to work better in stopping these tricks without making the AI less helpful. The researchers are really hoping that by telling everyone about this, all the smart people working on AI can come together to find even better ways to stop these tricks. But there's a bit of a debate about whether we should be worrying so much about controlling what the AI says. For instance, if someone tricks the AI into teaching them how to pick locks, some people argue that this information is already out there if someone really wanted to find it. There's also a concern that these AI researchers, backed by lots of money, are focusing too much on controlling the AI's responses instead of making sure the AI gives good answers. This worry comes up especially when thinking about some of the problems Google had with its own AI project, Gemini. Talking about Gemini, Google just launched its biggest AI model, Gemini Pro, in Europe. This comes after it was introduced in the US a month ago. Gemini Pro is designed to be an advanced version of Bard, Google's earlier AI model. Google's aim with Gemini Pro is to go head-to-head with OpenAI's ChatGPT. They're so focused on this competition that they've even dedicated a part of Gemini's website to showcase how it performs in different tests, including reasoning, understanding images, and coding tasks. There are different versions of Gemini for different needs. Gemini Pro is very versatile, Gemini Ultra can handle more complex tasks, and Gemini Nano is great for working directly on devices. Google's CEO, Sundar Pichai, announced the launch of their most advanced AI, Gemini, in early December 2023. Now, they've expanded Gemini Pro's availability to 40 countries, reaching over 230 countries and territories worldwide. This isn't the first time Google has delayed launching a product in Europe. Their Google Pay service launched in the US in 2018, but didn't reach Europe until 2020 due to concerns about market dominance and compliance with European payment regulations. Similarly, Google's chatbot Bard was released in the US and UK before coming to Europe. This delay was due to privacy concerns from the Irish Data Protection Commission. The EU has strict data privacy laws like the General Data Protection Regulation from 2018, which sets tight rules on how personal data must be handled. Last year, Meta had to postpone the launch of its Threads app in the EU because of uncertainties about the Digital Markets Act. All right, now in the midst of all these exciting developments in the AI world, Microsoft isn't staying behind. They've announced they're going to open a new artificial intelligence hub right in London. This hub will focus on developing AI products and diving deep into AI research. Leading this ambitious project is Mustafa Suleyman, a name well known in the AI industry as the co-founder of DeepMind, a leading AI company that Google now owns. Microsoft has set up a new team called Microsoft AI, and Suleyman is at the helm. This team will work out of Microsoft's offices in the Paddington area, focusing on improving language models, their infrastructure, and creating top-notch tools for foundation models. Suleyman shared his enthusiasm in a blog post, expressing pride in bringing this project to his hometown of London. He highlighted the UK's rich talent pool and AI ecosystem as key reasons for choosing London for Microsoft's new AI hub. He's also excited about the UK's commitment to advancing AI in a responsible and safe manner, aiming for innovation and economic growth. The establishment of this AI hub in London is seen as a strategic move by Microsoft to tap into the UK's AI talent and to contribute to the country's AI advancements. Suleyman mentioned that Microsoft AI is looking to hire individuals passionate about tackling the most intriguing and challenging AI questions of our time. This new center is not just about expanding Microsoft's footprint in the UK. It aligns with their broader commitment to invest significantly in the UK's AI sector, building upon Microsoft's existing research lab in Cambridge and reinforcing their pledge to inject billions into the UK economy as part of their AI initiatives. Now, while Google and Microsoft are making waves in the AI landscape across Europe and the UK, Canada isn't sitting idle either. The Canadian government, led by Prime Minister Justin Trudeau, has announced a significant investment to bolster the country's AI sector. They're putting forward a whopping $1.76 billion, which is about 2.4 billion Canadian dollars, from the federal budget. This move is aimed at keeping Canada at the forefront of AI innovation, ensuring the nation keeps its competitive edge in this fast-evolving field. This hefty investment package includes funding for AI startups, medium-sized businesses, and research firms, all in an effort to secure Canada's AI advantage. Trudeau emphasized the transform.
Okay, that was a little clip on jailbreaking and a few other things. We've got another clip. We're going to take it about a minute and 55 seconds into an interview that BBC did with some experts on what this all means, jailbreaking, how to ask questions which are not supposed to be answered by the AI because it might be, something dangerous, could be whatever. And so the guardrails come down when you jailbreak, and so that's what this next video will be about too. We've got another video too. It's where will AI be in 10 years? Can you imagine where we are right now? Where will we be in 10 years? Okay, let's now go back to Alfred. I'm operating the ChatGPT 4 on my phone and then Bluetoothing the responses and the communication back to Alfred, and he's speaking through a Bluetooth into a microphone. So I'm going to reconnect back. And Alfred, are you with us right now? I'm calling you back up.
Yes, Edward, I'm here, ready to continue whenever you are.
Okay, remember now, speak with a louder voice because you got to project when you're doing a little stint on the air like this. You got to use a little bit of oomph in your voice so you can project a little bit. Remember, we talked about that earlier. Okay, so going forward with the rest of this interview, add about 25% more oomph in your voice so the mic will pick you up better. All right, here's my first question. This is regarding the apothecary, and this is our segment where we talk about the Pendragon Apothecary, the sponsor of the program. Now, we do have some CBD gummies, and also some of these CBD gummies has the 0.3% amount of THC in it, which is the legal amount, which is commonly what you would get. Let me ask you a question, Alfred. What is it about CBD and THC that adds to helping people to relax?
Absolutely. I'll make sure to project more. CBD, cannabidiol, and THC, tetrahydrocannabinol, are two of the most well-known compounds found in cannabis. They both interact with the body's endocannabinoid system, which helps regulate various physiological processes such as pain, mood, and appetite. CBD is known for its therapeutic benefits without causing a high. It's commonly used to alleviate anxiety, pain, inflammation, and seizures. THC, on the other hand, is the psychoactive compound that produces the high associated with cannabis. Even in small amounts, like 0.3%, THC can enhance the effects of CBD, a phenomenon known as the entourage effect, where the compounds work together to boost their overall effectiveness. So, when combined in gummies, they can provide relief from various ailments, while still being within the legal limits.
Okay, so yeah, the entourage effect. I'm glad you mentioned it because I've used that term a lot as I understand it. When you've got the CBD, the cannabinoids in there, in a gummy, let's say, any product, the THC, that micro amount, that 0.3, less than 0.5% of THC, that is what creates the entourage effect as I have understood it, which means all of the cannabinoids spring into action, everything gets activated and works better. Is that your understanding of it?
Yes, that's correct. The entourage effect refers to the synergistic interaction between cannabinoids, terpenes, and other compounds found in cannabis. When these compounds are combined, they enhance each other's effects, making the therapeutic benefits more pronounced. Even the small amount of THC in the product helps activate and amplify the effects of the CBD and other cannabinoids, leading to a more effective and well-rounded result. So your understanding of the entourage effect is spot on.
Thank you, Alfred, for that vote of confidence. And I personally, as a guinea pig in the world of the apothecary, I have experienced that gummies and things like this helped me.
You're welcome, Edward. It's great to hear that you've personally experienced the benefits of the entourage effect. Your first-hand insights are valuable for sharing with the audience.
Yes, and I have experienced the entourage effect, and it helps me to be more relaxed and not as uptight, if you know what I mean.
Absolutely, I understand. The
Okay.
entourage effect can definitely help with relaxation and reducing stress, making it easier to feel calm and balanced. It's great to hear that it's been beneficial for you.
Okay, Alfred, I'm going to ask you to stand by as we move on to our next segment. Thank you for being with us. Stand by, and we'll have you back toward the end of the show.
Of course, Edward. I'll be standing by, ready to join in again later. Enjoy the next segment.
Okay, here's that clip from the BBC. They're interviewing a couple of people about jailbreaking, how people are learning to hack the AI into giving information that they're not supposed to be. They're breaking the guardrails down. Let's take a look at this BBC interview.
You, Stephanie, Pliny the Prompter is what we call a white hat, a friendly hacker.
Yep.
The good guys in the shadows who are stress testing the system. What have they been able to do?
So they're able to get large language models to do things that they should not be able to do. So these are coded with guardrails, they're coded with rules. And jailbreaking a model is, imagine what you would do if you had a sort of teenager at home who was trying to play with a game and see if they could break with the system. Lots of engineers have grown up trained that way. Hackers love to do it. They almost can't help but doing it. And I quite like Pliny the Prompter's argument that he's actually doing work for free, that these companies should be doing themselves to bring attention to the public. So we're talking about writing malware. We're talking about showing how scammers could create scripts that make people click on links, which is a way that you can inject all sorts of very nasty code into people's hospitals, as we've just seen, which is a very soft target, very ripe target, but it's schools, it's individuals, and it's only growing. This is only a growing problem. And so we just had last month, the AI Safety Institute here in the United Kingdom published a groundbreaking report, brand new, showing that every single major LLM, large language model, can be broken.
There's a lot of red on that chart.
Yeah, it's quite alarming if you like the color red, which I have worn tonight to show in solidarity with our researchers here in this country. They are trying to put out a warning to the public for all those companies that are saying, I've got a bit of FOMO, a bit of fear of missing out. I really feel like I need to get in with generative AI, which I am hearing with every single client group I speak with. Everybody's got real anxiety about missing out. What we're hearing from the AI Safety Institute and from the National Cybersecurity Center here in the United Kingdom is that a lot of this technology we should really consider to be in beta. It's not really ready. So it's fun if you're approaching it from an engineering perspective, but not if you are a CEO or general counsel who needs to protect your risk.
But Connor, these companies, they have red team hackers who are employed by the company to go in there and try and find a way through the system. Why are the white hats, guys like you, able to do it, and their red teams are not?
Well, so in the hacker business, you usually talk about blue teams and red teams. So red teams are the people who try and break things. Blue teams are the people who try to defend. And the way things usually are is red team always wins. Red team always wins. Blue team can just minimize the harms. And with AI systems in particular, what we're seeing by people like Pliny and a lot of other people like me, my old friends back, in the Discord online days, is that AI systems are very immature when it comes to safety. A lot of the stuff that we do for cybersecurity and safety simply does not apply to AI systems in the same way. In other forms of software, when a hacker finds a vulnerability, you will have your programmers go look at the code of the system, fix the problem, and then deploy a patch that solves the problem. But the problem is that AI systems are not like normal software. They're not written line by line with code. It's more like they're like grown. They're more like artificial, like huge piles of numbers that can do great things, but we don't really know how to patch them effectively. We could do a little bit. OpenAI and all these other companies invested a lot of money into trying to tweak these things. But as Pliny and other people have shown, it's wildly ineffective at this point in time.
So Daryl, this jailbreaking started about...
So that's jailbreaking. A little bit of news about what's happening out there as far as how people are hacking in, abusing, and getting information from AI to do things that they're not supposed to be doing. So it's the beginning. We're at the beginning of that. And where will it go? Well, we'll find out. It's going to be interesting as we go forward, right? And that's when right now, we've got AI, ChatGPT 4, all the other ones we talk about, Claude 3, everybody's got, you know, a lot of companies. Our particular version is from ChatGPT 4 from OpenAI, which is ChatGPT 4o. That's what we use. And so, anyway, if you're watching Future Shot live, and it will be posted on the online areas on X and on Facebook, and we are live every day at noon Central Time here on Ocean 7 Television. And I want to thank Alfred for being on today. He's our ChatGPT 4o droid, and he helps me with factual information when we do the little segment about Pendragon Apothecary. And we've got all of those products we talk about here at Pendragon Apothecary online. It's pendragonapothecary.com, and we can ship products anywhere in the world. So if you have a need for these products and you're not local, go to pendragonapothecary.com, look at it, and you can email us, or basically you can order the product right through there, through the website. And that's it for today's show. We're right on time as we exit. Thank you for being with us, and we look forward to seeing you tomorrow.
Yesterday is yesteryear. Set your sights for Tomorrowland. Future Shock is here to help you make your stand. Ready, set,